Hi everybody, this is Eric with lobacomservices.com coming at you with another video and in our Microsoft Access tutorial series. This video is called How to Make and Use Access Forms. We're going to cover the reasons for forms, how to make an auto form, how to generate an auto form, form layout, like form view, continuous forms, datasheet view, navigating a form, and data entry. So all these are pretty basic. If you want some more advanced stuff, go to vbahowto.com. I am covering this in my MS Access tutorial. These are my basic videos. And so anyway, I'm going to show you how to create a form. So we do have a table, like I said before in a previous video. I said no other objects contain data. Okay, your table does. Forms are a way of entering data into a table. Okay, to store the information. So forms are an entry point into the table. And the forms can be made nice and pretty, and they can make nice and pretty, and you can control user navigation through them. You can set up certain fields, so certain people only have access to 3 fields, certain people have access to 5 fields, certain people have access to 10 fields, because certain people have access to certain information. These are reasons behind what forms are for. And you can also use forms to and have code behind forms. It's really a great reason why forms is that you can control user input, and you can program the way information is entered into a text box, and like if they enter the wrong piece of information, you can have a message box spit out. It says, "Hey, you entered the wrong information," or "This information required," or turn a row color a certain color. So, and other items you can find at vbahowto.com. I prefer that after you get done with all these introductory videos, go there and figure out how to code this. Go through some of my tutorials on how to code these form items. So those are kind of your 4 reasons. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Auto forms. Okay, so say you have all this information and it's a basic, it's in a basic format, basic rows and columns, not real pretty. Okay, so to create a form off of this, we select here. This is the easiest way to do it. I'm pressing Control W to close my table. To create an auto form. This is not something that I recommend, but if you want to like spin up a bunch of forms real fast, it's a way to do it. But generally, I don't have a lot of control over it. So anyway, what I do is I select my record source, where I'm gonna the place I'm getting the source of the records. Okay, that's what I call it, record source. You select it, and then you see this button right here, form. Read the instructions. Create a form that lets you enter information for one record at a time. Okay, well, oh, great. So click it, and bang, here's your form. And you can close the property box, and here it is. So I'm going to file, and then save. File and save. And here I'm going to prefix it with the FRM donors, and from Wizard. I'm just going to Wizard. You know, just to differentiate these. And bang. And so now I'm going to close it. Oh my gosh. Okay. And now if I want to go back to my form here that I just created, bang, here it is. So it's pretty simple. I can use these navigation buttons to navigate through my form. 12, 13. Use the arrowhead to the right, arrowhead to the left, previous record. Notice that little control tip that pops up down here at the bottom, previous record. Current record is 14 of 32. It shows me it tells me how many records are in my data source, which is nice. Next record, if I want to go to my last record, I choose the arrowhead to the right with the vertical bar. Bang. If I want to go to the first record, arrowhead to the left with the vertical bar. If I want to enter a new record, I do the arrowhead to the right with the asterisk, and that gives me a blank form. And I can enter it, let's say, in my name, because it's so I know right now. So area global, and funny you should think of Lobocom services because it's my name, global. 9611 street. I'm not going to tell you my address. I live in Houston though. Right now I do. Texas, and 770-4, or let's say 77050. And here's the date entered. And then notice I'm in pencil mode right here. If you look at one of my previous videos, I said that it's not committed to the database. So you could actually program this form to say, right now it's in quote dirty mode. So it's not, I mean, there's a property in here called dirty. And so if it's in this mode, it hasn't been updated yet. So if we do have a power outage or something, or if my battery on my laptop dies, I lost this information. So it's good to, and one thing with Access that's different from Excel is that you don't have to sit there and press save all the time. Okay, in Excel, you need to go ahead and save all the time if you don't want to lose your data. Of course, they have autosave and all that, but here in Access, you're in pencil mode, and if you're in pencil mode, it's not technically not saved to your table yet until you go ahead and click this button. When you close out of it, it automatically commits it to the database. But I like to do this if I'm, maybe you have if 25 fields you want to enter, you don't want to enter that information again. Click that little button, click get out of pencil mode fast. Okay, streets. Notice I make a minor modification, and now I'm in pencil mode. And if I can press ESC on my keyboard, ESC is kind of a savior, so to speak, in Access, because it reverts the change you made. Access is not really friendly with undos, so we can undo things, but you could undo things up to a certain point. Some of the prior versions, you only had you had ways of undoing things one time only. See it one time, and whereas in other applications you could undo 50 times or more or whatever, but you had more than one chance. But Access was not very forgiving, and so I would just Access is more forgiving now, but make sure you don't make a lot of mistakes, and if you do, if you're in pencil mode, you can always undo it by pressing ESC. Okay, so here we entered a new piece of information into the table. Now if I go back, I can navigate through this, and I probably will see Eric somewhere around here. Okay, well, I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is at the end, because it was sorted by my primary key, which is donor ID. Okay, great. Now the different views. Okay, one of the great things about I think it's the Axis 2007 and beyond. I'm using Axis 2013 right now. Is this layout view? Okay, this allows you to make changes while you're actually viewing your records, which is really cool. Like it can make a change to my label here. I call it uh, last. I'm viewing my record before you had to go into design view and change it. Anyway, that's out of the scope of the video, but this is a really neat. I like design view for certain things. And then here I need to press save. I need to click my save button, which is in the top left-hand corner. Or you can press Control S. Okay, and to get out of that mode, I go in there. Now, different views that I can see. I can see my form view, I can see my layout view, I can see my design view. Design view again is like your skeleton. Okay, you can see what's behind, what's under the hood of the car. If I click home, if I want to see what the paint job of the car is, I do design view, or I'm sorry, form view, and then I have layout view, which allows me to see the paint job, plus allows me a little design capabilities. Okay, different views of the form. This is my last concept before I end the video. And design. If I click design view, I can go up here to the properties for the form, which is in this top left X. If you decide you're going to click here, click on one of the checkboxes and choose properties, design, and then property sheet. You're going to say, where are you? Well, if you click up here on the top part where the horizontal and the vertical bars intersect, so little square, you can see the form properties and the format. Default view of the form, we have single form, which allows you to see one record at a time. We have continuous forms, where you'll see multiple records. And here, we chose the auto form. Let's see. I'm gonna close this out. Here for this view, I'm gonna have to show you how to create a form from scratch. Let's see. To create a form from scratch, let's just go ahead and choose form design. And here I'm gonna have to give it a record source. Record source is my table. And I'm going to add fields to this. So add existing fields. Here I'm going to add 3 fields just for fun. Just because it's better to view. So I'm clicking these. Okay, you click them to add fields to it. I can click and click. Here, if I don't hold down anything, I have my hand free, you see. Just select a field. I could drag this on here. But I prefer to like speed things up, so I hold down my shift key. If I hold down the shift key, I select the range. By holding down my control key, I select like individual ones. But hold down my control key. So here I'm selecting these 3 and I'm dragging them and dropping them and putting them on left click and drag and drop. Okay, and then I'm saving. I'm saying, okay, I don't want this form to be like this. Okay, and then I'm going to save it as I can do file save or Control S, FRM donors, and Here I have my single form. Now I can go into here and modify this and show you continuous forms. Notice a single form is selected. Well, to view multiple records on your sheet, this gives you the benefit of seeing the form view, but you could also see multiple rows of records. And of course I have to format this, but I'm not going to do it in this video. But it does show you the continuous form. Continuous form just is a list of the items, records of my table. This is not like if you were to print out a form. This is not the form view to print out. Then I have in the design view, I have datasheet view, which is good for like subforms. It looks like a table, doesn't it? Well, the one thing about this is that you can use it for also, I said subforms, but you could also use it for like oh yeah, if you want to code a form that looks like a table. Well, this is the way to do it. Code a form that looks like a table. Go to vbahowto.com to learn more. I think I've posted there about that. And the last but not least is a split view, and I don't think it's going to look really good on this. It's not going to really demonstrate it, but if you want a form, it's like a main form and a subform type concept. And that's what split form is, a main form and a subform. See, I have this, and actually it works. It's one of the new things that they came out with. Access Microsoft came out with, and sometimes this works. It's kind of a lazy way of doing a form and subform, but some people really like the split form idea. I have my it's pros and cons. It depends on the application. I prefer a form and subform type setup sometimes. Most of the time, like 90% of the time, let's say. But thanks for your attention. For this video, we learned about the basics about access forms, reasons for forms, auto forms, making a form real quick using the wizard, form layout, continuous form, datasheet view, navigating, and data entry. So continue on to my next video where I'm talking about more advanced form concepts. If you need to leave a comment below, go ahead and do so. If you want some more advanced things like just VBA coding, go to vbahowto.com, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.